Okay, let's start. So the first question, they say find the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of this and this. Okay, so you need to understand the concept. So they only want the coefficient of x squared in this times this. So there will be actually a rainbow. We need to do a rainbow here. But of course, this one to the power of 8. This one to the power of 8, there's no way you can do your rainbow. We're going to do our binomial here. Okay, but let's take a look at this one. I can rainbow first. So I'm going to rainbow this first part first. So it will be 2 minus 3x. Rainbow with 2 minus 3x. So rainbow, I get 4 minus 6x minus 6x and plus 9x squared. I get 4 minus 12x plus 9x squared. So when they do this rainbow, it's like saying, okay, I want to do 4 minus 12x plus 9x squared, rainbow with this 1 plus half x to the power of 8. So look at this. This is how you're supposed to analyze. I want to get eventually only x squared. So you only find out the terms that you are interested. So you're going to do this rainbow. 4, you have to rainbow with x squared in order to get x squared, correct? So I know I want this 4 minus 12x plus 9x squared. I will want to have the something x squared, because 4 rainbow with the x squared. Then this is the x. I will have to rainbow with something x. X. Because x times x give me x squared. Then this last term, not x squared, I will have to rainbow with the constant. Okay, with a constant. The rest of the terms, we are not interested. That's why I always put dot dot dot. Yes, good. Okay, you just started learning this, okay? So, in other words, this binomial expansion here, I'm only interested in 3 terms. Okay, I don't have to expand everything. So, I only need these 3 terms. So, if you notice, constant x and x squared simply means that I just expand the first 3 terms. So, I'm going to just expand the first 3 terms. So, see here, 1 plus half x to the power of 8. So, see how I expand. Okay, a. Okay, this is my a, this is my b. My b is half x, my a is 1. So it will be 1 to the power of 8 plus 8c1, 8c1, 1 to the power of 7. Look at the a. The a is decreasing power. So from 8, then after that 7. Then the b comes in now. So half x to the power of 1. I only want the first 3 terms. So it will be 8c2. Okay, then after that, this one will be 1a. Now is 6. Now the b will be power 2. And because we are only interested in up to x squared, the rest of the terms we are not interested. So put plus dot dot dot. So let's simplify. This one will be 1. This one will be 8. 1 to the power of anything is just 1. This one is just half x plus my 8c2 is 28. This is 1. Take note of this one, half x squared. So you're supposed to do half to the power of 2. So it's 1/4. So this is 1/4 x squared plus dot dot dot. So we're going to simplify here. 8 times half is 4. So this one becomes 1 plus 4x. 28 times 1/4 is 7. So it becomes 7x squared plus dot dot dot. What's C1, C2? Okay. Oh, okay. The 8C1, 8(1), this one, I write it in this form, but some school expect you all to write in this form. This is press the calculator. So it's 8. It's at the divide. There is a NCR. So after I press 8, I press shift divide 8C1. Press equal, so it's 8. So 8C2, so it's 28. So you know how I get 28 now? 8C2. Okay, so now back to here. So now, just now, yes, so just now I want these 3 terms, right? So now when we ask you to do the rainbow for this one, so this is how I'm going to write. So therefore, this 2 minus 3x squared and 1 plus half x to the power of 8, we are supposed to have this 4 minus 12x plus 9x squared. I want to rainbow with my 1 plus 4x plus 7x squared plus ... So all these terms will contribute to my x squared. So see here, this 4 have to rainbow with this. So it will be 4 bracket 7x squared. This minus 12x will rainbow with my 4x. This plus 9x squared will rainbow with my 1. Then after that, the rest of the term is, we are not interested. So when we know that there's still other terms, you have to put plus ... You cannot just suddenly just give me these 3 terms. So let's simplify. So we will have 28x squared minus 48x squared plus 9x squared plus ... So therefore, they want the coefficient of x squared. Coefficient of x squared is, we will take 28 minus 48, and then after that, plus 9. So I get minus 11. So the coefficient is minus 11, and we are done. Okay, binomial is tedious. I can say it's tedious. Yes, I do super agree. Okay, but your rainbow scale, of course, must be there, which is your expansion scale. And you need to know what terms you are interested in. Okay, so I repeat this thing. So first, they want the coefficient of x squared. So when we look at this one, we know we want to do our rainbow. This rainbow, we will do it later because I want to see what terms we are interested in. So what I did was, I rainbow the first one, first term. So rainbow here, I get these 3 terms here. Okay, and then I put it here. Then I know, okay, if I'm going to do my rainbow in order to get my x squared, I need my x squared term, I need my x, and I need my constant. So by looking at this, you know, oh, actually it's just doing our normal binomial expansion. So I do my normal binomial expansion, I only need the 3 terms because I only want up to x squared. So apply the whatever binomial expansion theorem, plot. So eventually I get my first 3 terms. So I do the rainbow now. So the rainbow is this one, this one. This one is the first 3 terms that we want. So I do, okay, my 4 must rainbow with 7x squared to get my x squared. My minus 12x must rainbow with my 4x to get my x squared. And my 9x squared must rainbow with the constant. So when I simplify, I get minus 11x squared plus ... So the coefficient of x squared is negative 11. Okay? I already explained about the binomial expansion. Okay, so let's continue. So next, it asks you to find the term independent of x in the expansion of blah blah blah. So now look at this. We have basically 2 cases. It depends on it depends on the question. You cannot just ask me how many terms do we need to do if the question asks for x cubed. I mean, if this question asks for x cubed, then this expansion I need 4 terms. As in like not 4 terms. You see, if they ask for x cubed, this first bracket is already fixed. I already have these first 3 terms. So you have to go through the logic. My 4 I need to multiply with my x cubed. My x I need to multiply with my x squared. My x squared need to multiply with my x. So I still need 3 terms. The only terms that I will not need will be what? The only terms that I will not need will be the constant, right? Is it constant? I need 4x cubed. I need x cubed. I need x squared. I need x. So I don't need my constant anymore, correct? But when you're doing your normal expansion, you still need to expand, whereby the first one is definitely constant one. So if they ask for coefficient of x cubed, I will expand up to 4 more terms. That means do 1 more. Okay? Okay, now let's take a look at this one. So this one straight away asks you for the term independent of x. When they say independent of x, means x to the power of 0. Actually, in other words, it's asking for a constant. Constant is x to the power of 0 because x to the power of 0 is 1. So now let's take a look at this one. This one, x minus 1 over 2x squared to the power of 9. Okay, you can see that this is not so straightforward. If you look at this one, okay, if you look at this one, this type I call it case 1. So what do I mean by case 1? When my a is just number, no x involved. When my b is x to the power of 1. This kind of case 1 expansion, when I expand, it will naturally be constant, x and x squared, x cubed, x4 and blah blah blah. This type is case 1, the simple one. And when it's considered the case 1, okay, when it's considered case 1, when I want the power with x, it is the second term. When I want the power with x squared, it is the third term. So it's very straightforward for case 1. But look at this one. My a got x. My b worse. My b got x to the power of negative 2. So this type, I will label this as case 2. So when it is case 2, it is not straightforward. We need to use the general term formula to find out what is the error that we want in order to get the term that we want. Okay? So you use the general term. So my general term is this. So you will have to write t r plus 1 equals to 9cr. My a is x. 9 minus r. My b is minus 1 over 2x squared to the power of r. So this is my general term formula. My general term formula. So then I want to highlight that we analyze. You will definitely know that we will have 2 parts. 2 parts. One is the coefficient. And these will definitely be x to the power of something. Right? 2 parts. So in this general term, let's analyze and see which one contribute to our second part. Okay? These, I use red color. These will definitely go to my second part. The negative doesn't matter. The negative, the most is only telling me that whether my coefficient is positive or negative. So it is considered, the negative actually belongs to my coefficient. So I'm not interested for the time being. So this half, also actually half to the power of whatever number, it is contribute to my coefficient. So I'm not interested. So now I'm interested in this one. So there's only 2 portions in this part that contribute to my x. So I'm going to write that here. So it means x to the power of 9 minus r, x to the power of minus 2r. So why is it that it's minus 2r when here is positive 2? Because this is at the denominator. When I bring it up, it becomes x to the power of minus 2. So x to the power of minus 2 times r, so it's minus 2r. So this will be the terms, this will be the part that contribute to here. And in this question, they ask for x to the power of 0. So I will make into an equation and say I want it to be equals to x to the power of 0. So in this way, I know, oh, okay, I want to solve my the power. So it becomes 9 minus 3r equals to 0. So 3r equals to 9, r equals to 3. And when r equals to 3 means that I want my 4th term. Okay? So now I already know I want my r is 3 and I want my 4th term. So now I'm going to suck in r equals to 3 back into this general term formula to find the term that we want. So that means I want the 4th term whereby my r is 3. So it will be 9c3 x 9 minus 3, negative 1 over 2x squared to the power of 3. So it's the same thing, it's just that now, just now previously was I don't know what is my r. Then after that I solved the equation, I thought, oh, so I want r equals to 3. So I plug back and put back my 3 into the general term. So then of course the rest is press calculator. So 9C3 will give me 84. This one is 9 minus 3 is 6, so it's x to the power of 6. This one, negative to the power of odd number, I will get negative. So it will be minus 1 over 2 to the power of 3 is 8. X to the power of 2 times 3, so it's 6. And you can see this is x6, x to the power of minus 6. So actually cancel, it becomes x to the power of 0. So I end up having minus 21 over 2. And it means it's minus 10.5. So this is the term which is independent of x. So you will say, therefore, term independent of x is negative 10.5. Done. I do agree. You can just find the coefficient, but usually what I like is I still put it in I still put the show the working lah. Partly is also to confirm plus guarantee check that I really get my x to the power of 0. Agree or not? Because maybe I might make a mistake here. You understand? So I must put it in and I make sure that I really get my x to the power of 0. It's also just to double check lah. Agree? Okay, so we are done with this part. Let's go to the next question. Okay, in the binomial expansion of blah blah blah, where k is a positive constant, the coefficient of x cubed and x are the same. Prove that blah blah blah. Okay, so it is similar to just now the one that we do, whereby this is case 2. A is not a number. My B is not x to the power of 1. So firstly, you identify that this is case 2. So when you know it's case 2, then it will not be so straightforward. Because if it's case 1, if they want x cubed is 4th term. If they want x is just the 2nd term. But case 2 is not so straightforward. So I need to use my general term formula and find out what is the error that we are interested. Okay, so okay, that will be, I need a lot of space later, so I'm going to write here. So T R plus 1, 7 CR x 7 minus R K over x to the power of R. So again, let's analyze which one we want. So we only want this and we only want this. So it means that, okay, x to the power of 7 minus R equals to, I want x cubed, so x to the power of 3. So therefore, I will know that, okay, 7 minus 2R equals to 3. And my R will be equals to 2. So that means I want my 3rd term. And I also want x. So that means I can do the same thing. I want my x7 minus 2r equals to x to the power of 1. So therefore, 7 minus 2r equals to 1. So my r equals to, let me see, 3. 3. So in this case, I want my 4th term. So now I need to find my 3rd term and my 4th term. Correct? So let's just plug it back here. So let's find my T3. T3 is 2 plus 1. So it's 7C2 x 7 minus 2 k over x 2. Okay, plug in, and eventually you will get 21 x to the power of 5 k square. Take note, see, k square over x square. And eventually we will get 21 k square x cubed. So they are comparing the coefficient, kids. So a lot of time, common mistake is students take the whole thing, but they are now only you only want the coefficient. So actually, I can highlight that this is the one that I'm interested in. So temporarily, we put aside first. So let's find our T4. So my T4 will be 3 plus 1. So it will be 7C3 x 7 minus 3 k over x 3. I will get 35 x to the power of 4 k cubed and x cubed. Eventually I get 35 k cubed x. So again, this is the coefficient that I want. They tell us that the coefficient of these two is the same. So I will make use of this and form my equation. So come back to here, I will draw an arrow. So I will say, okay, so I know therefore my 35k cubed is equals to 21k squared. Okay, so I know my 35k cubed is equals to 21k squared. Then you want to solve this. Okay, common mistake is what? Common mistake say, we're going to divide by k squared. But take note, k is your unknown. We are not allowed to divide by k. When it's an equation, yes, we can reduce it, but we only reduce it by dividing by constant. You cannot divide by the alphabet. So you shall bring this over. So it's 35k cubed minus 21k squared equals to 0. I can reduce it. I divide by 7 first. So I have 5k cubed minus 7k squared equals to 0. Sorry, this one is 3. Then what you're supposed to do is factorize the k squared. Okay? And you will have 5k minus 3 equals to 0. So I have k squared equals to 0, which is k equals to 0. And we have k equals to 3/5. This one, because over here they tell us that my k is a positive constant, so k equals to 0, you have to reject. So imagine just now you did divide by k squared, and when you solve it, you will only get k equals to 3/5, and you will not have the k equals to 0, although it's reject. But it is also working, and you also have to show to the teacher that you know that it has k equals to 0, and you know that because they will say that k is positive, you reject the 0. This is working, it's working mark, you cannot just divide by k. Then they ask you to prove that k is equals to 3/5. So I already prove that. And you will say shown. Shown or proven, doesn't matter. Okay. Now next, by consider the general term in the binomial, which is this one. Okay. They ask you to explain why there are no even power. So just now our formula, our general here is here, this one. It was x to the power of 7 minus 2r, correct? So the power, why is it that it is not even? So you will write here, minus, you will explain, minus 2r is definitely even because it multiplied by 2, even number, because multiply by 2. Anything multiplied by 2 will become even number. So this minus 2r is even. Good. Okay. So minus 2r is even. Then you see this 7. 7 is an odd number. So this even number, when I add an odd number, okay, where 7 is odd, will give odd number. So it means that this 7 minus 2r, no matter what is your r, you will still get an odd number. Agree? And that's why there will be no even power. So after this explanation, you will say, therefore, there is no even power of x in this expansion. Okay, understand? Okay, so now this one. This is similar to what we learned just now in the very first question. They asked to find the coefficient of x7 in the expansion. So The good thing is this 1 minus 3x squared, I don't have to square again. I don't have to square because remember just now the previous one, this one still got a square. So what I did is I still have to expand here, correct? Okay, I still have to expand here. Thanks for the rows. Okay, but over here, this 1 minus 3x squared, no need. Okay, so now you have to go through the thinking process again. You see, I'm going to write out the question. 1 minus 3x squared x plus, they say use the k that we found in previous one. Our k is 3/5. So that means it will be 5x to the power of 7. So now let's go through the thinking process. We want the coefficient of x7. So this 1 must rainbow with x7, agree? This 1, which is a constant, must rainbow with a term which has x to the power of 7 in this expansion. This is x squared. I will have to rainbow with a term which is x to the power of 5. So in other words, the term that I'm interested in is only x to the power of 7 and x to the power of 5. Okay? And I don't have to redo the whole thing again. I already know that I just need this, x to the power of 7 minus 2r. So you will do x to the power of 7 minus 2r equals to x to the power of 7. I need the 7. And I also need the one which is 7 minus 2r is equals to x to the power of 5. So then after that we solve it, we will say, okay, 7 minus 2r equals to 7, minus 2r equals to 0, and my r is equals to 0. So don't panic when r equals to 0. It simply means that they want the term 1. Okay, this one, 7 minus 2r equals to 5, minus 2r equals to minus 2, so my r equals to 1. So this one means I want my term 2. Then just apply your term 1, find out what's your term 1 and term 2. So let's do it. This one, based on this one. So my term 1 will be equals to 7c0 a to the power of 7 minus 0. My b is 3 over 5x, no longer k. They already asked me to plug the k that I have found. Okay, to the power of 0. Although 0 is to the power of 1. I just write the steps out. So in the end, I get 1 here, x to the power of 7, and this is also 1. So it's just x to the power of 7. Now let's find my term 2. Term 2. So my term 2 is 7c1 x 7 minus 1, 3 over 5x to the power of 1. In the end, I get 7 x to the power of 6 and 3 over 5x. Eventually, I get 21 over 5x5. So we found out the terms, the two terms that we are interested. Now we can do our so-called rainbow to find out what is the coefficient of x7. So over here, I will write as 1 minus 3x squared. I need to rainbow it with my x7 plus 21 over 5x5. But take note, this one by right has other terms. But so we are not interested. Just put plus dot dot dot. Okay, some students ask me, how many dots do I write? Actually, to be honest, it's really 3 dots. Cannot be more, cannot be less, but 3 dots. Sorry, my dot very ugly, so I correction take. Okay, so let's do our rainbow. So this 1 will rainbow with this. So this 1 will rainbow with my x to the power of 7. This minus 3x squared will rainbow with 21 over 5x5 and put plus dot dot dot. So eventually I get minus 58 over 5 x to the power of 7 plus dot dot dot. So they ask for coefficient of x7, right? So we say, oh, so therefore coefficient of x7 is minus 58 over 5. Done. Can? Actually, why is it that they only give 2 marks? Is because most of the working is the x7 minus 2r, I already found it at the top, right? It's just that I just want to show you all the full step lah, correct? I show you all the full steps. There's no other way. This is the only way. It's just that of course a lot of students may think, I can just skip here, skip there, then after that I can just write So for me, I write full steps lah. Okay, that's the only way. Can? Okay, come, let's continue. Okay, go to the next question. This one really just 1 mark, it's just expansion. Can we see the first question again? First question is, you mean this one? Is it this? You want to screenshot, is it? Can? Do you need the second part? Oh, good. I'll go to my question 3 already. Okay, question 3. So question 3A part 1 is pretty straightforward. Okay, they ask for the first 3 terms, but the only difference is you see that this is minus x. So for me, right, when it have a negative, usually what I do is I will put it in this form. See, I'll write it as 2 plus negative x to the power of 8. So I let my a be 2, my b is negative x. So when I expand, I will write, okay, my a to the power of 8 plus 8, choose 1, 8c1, and then my a, reducing power, and then my b now comes in to the power of 1. Next, 8, choose 2, and this 2 will be reducing power. This 1 minus x will be to the power of 2. They only want the first 3 terms, 1, 2, 3. So the rest I'm not interested, put plus dot dot dot. Okay, then this one will be 256 plus 8 plus 128. Odd number, so this is still negative. 8 choose 2 will be 28. 2 to the power of 6 is 64. This one is even number, so negative to the power of even number is positive. So this one is just x squared. Then plus dot dot dot. So now we can simplify and say that it is 256 minus 1024x plus 1792x squared plus dot dot dot. Done. So this is how I remember the expansion. Okay, it's always a start with the highest power, and then the a is reducing power. You see 8, 7, 6. Right? Then after that, at the second term, the b comes in. Right? The b comes in with the 1. Then after that, my b is increasing power. Okay? This is how I remember this. Although the formula for expansion is given, but this is how I remember. Okay? Now, this one is a little bit tough. So now, the word hence. Okay, they say hence determine the coefficient of y squared in this expansion. Okay, if you do it in other ways to find the answer, other than using the part 1, you will not get the marks. Because they already put the word hence. So they want you to make use of the first part to do the second part. So now let's analyze. So this 256, 1 minus y to the power of 8. 256, I will break it into 2 to the power of 8. 2 to the power of 8. Okay, over here, this one make use of the indices law, whereby different base but same power. So I write it at the side here. Okay, if I have a to the power of x and b to the power of x, different base but same power, this is equals to ab to the power of x. Right? Okay, so we're going to make use of this, and we can say that, oh, so this one is actually 2 times 1 minus y to the power of 8. So it becomes 2 minus 2y to the power of 8. So that's where you link with this one. So now you refer this, compare this, and compare this. This and this. So do you notice that actually it's just replacing the x to become 2y? Okay, so I will write it in the form of saying that, so this 2 minus 2y to the power of 8 is the same as the top, whereby it's 2 minus x to the power of 8. So we know therefore the 2y is equals to x. So what does that mean? They want y to the power of 2, right? So it means that I will go back to here. I will use this, and we will know that 1792x squared is the same as 1792 2y squared. I replace the x. This one is from here. So I replace the x to 2y, and in the end we will get 1792 4y squared, which we will get 7168y squared. So therefore, coefficient of y squared is 7168. Done. Can? So this is using this indices law, which is commonly forgotten by students, but it's pretty important. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. It's only 1 mark. They ask you to write the general term. So just now, the first few questions, we have been doing a lot of general term. So this one you should be able to do it. So you will just say, okay, so it's TR plus 1, 11 CR, my A, which is, for this case, is 3x, 11 minus R, and my B is minus 1 over 2x squared to the power of R. That's all. Full stop. This is the general term. 1 mark. Okay, then over here they ask you hence, means that they want you to use the general term to explain why the term in x cubed does not exist. So same thing, let's analyze from the top part. Okay, this time I'll use the pencil. Where's my pencil? We want the part whereby it contributes to my x, so which will be this part as well as this part. So we will know that x 11 minus r, okay, x minus 2r, we want to equal it to x to the power of 3. So in the end we will have x to the power of 11 minus 3r equals to x to the power of 3. Solving the equation for 11 minus 3r equals to 3, minus 3r equals to minus 8. So my R is equals to 8 divided by 3. So I get 2.666. Now that's where you you explain why the term x cubed does not exist. See here, this one often they often ask. You will say since R is not an integer, means whole number the term in x cubed does not exist. Done. Okay? Okay, we left with the last question. Okay, but I'll be back. Okay, give me a moment. I go to the washroom. Wow, thanks thanks for the compliment. Yeah. So when was your O level? Right, how many years ago? Okay, but never mind, if you are already a grown up and adult, you can still share this channel of YouTube, whereby not YouTube, TikTok that I'm teaching through TikTok to your juniors in your school, to your nephew and niece, to your family members or relatives lah. 2010. Okay, never mind, you're still younger than me. Okay, so now let's take a look at this question number 4. So it will be the last two questions. So they say write down and simplify the first 4 terms in the expansion of blah 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 in descending power of x. Okay, so students take note. You see this is descending powers of x. Sometimes I don't know whether you all notice that sometimes they say ascending power, sometimes they say descending power. Like, okay, you see this one. They say in ascending power of x. But of course this one, you see, remember this is case 1. Case 1 is my a will be reducing power, correct? From 8, then becomes 7, then becomes 6. The b comes in as 1, after become 2. So the b is increasing, and then the a is decreasing. So in such situation, when they ask for ascending power, so it is correct that my x is on the right hand side, or that's the b, because it's increasing power. Agree? And if let's say the same question, and they ask for descending power, so some students will say, okay, I'm going to expand everything out, and then after that they swap over the terms. But that's wasting time. So all you need to do is you just swap your a and b because you know the formula. The a is reducing and your b is increasing. You understand? So you just swap. But in this situation, sometimes when I tell my students by swapping it become descending power, right? Then when they look at this question, they see descending power, they naturally say, okay, I also want to swap. But you don't swap by memorizing that, I must swap. No. Take a look at this one. The a is x squared. The b is x to the power of -1. So over here, my a power is already more than my b power. So this one, automatically, when you apply the normal binomial expansion, the terms are already in descending power. You understand? This one, it is because my a is x to the power of 0, and then my b is x to the power of 1. The b power is higher than the a. That's why this one, you have to swap if you want descending. But this type, you don't need. You understand? So you need to know when to swap. This case, no need, because this one already automatically, they already arranged in the way whereby when you expand, it's descending power. Okay, so hence find the coefficient of x squared. So this is similar to just now that one. Maybe let me see. The only difference is just now we did was plus. This time round is minus. But it is the same concept. It is the same concept. So let's do it. So first I will do that's my question. So first I will expand this one. Okay, I will expand this. So remember minus, I write to split it. I will write it as x squared plus -2 over x to the power of 8. I'll write it in this form. So let's put our expansion. They only ask for the 4th term. So we will write it as a x squared 8 plus 8c1 x squared 7. Now the b comes in, -2 over x to the power of 1 plus 8c2 x squared 6 -2 over x 2. 1, 2, 3. I want 4 term, I need 1 more. So 8 choose 3 x squared 5, 6, 5. Then after this will be -2 over x 3 plus ... Okay, so actually applying that binomial expansion is not tough. The tough part is you need to be very careful because there's a lot of fractions involved. Then this one still got negative some more. So it's all about your indices foundation of indices must be very strong. So now let's simplify. So power means this is 2 times 8, so it's 16. So this is x to the power of 16. So my some student very ambitious. Good. So I'm worried that you just came in. This is already the last question. So if you came in late, so don't need to panic. Okay, tomorrow Sam will upload the solution as well as the TikTok replay onto the YouTube channel. Okay, so you can still go to my Telegram channel, download the PDF tomorrow. Okay, then after that you can still go to watch the replay on the YouTube channel. Then you can also learn from there. Okay, you want to revise, you also can go there and see. So do remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and do remember to subscribe, go to my Telegram channel as well. Okay, so now this x to the power of 16 plus 8c1, so this one is just 8. 2 times 7. So students always very shortcut, you know. My students straight away just solve it, write out the terms. For me, you can see that I'm pretty detailed, as in like I don't skip step. So 2 times 7, so this one is x to the power of 14. Negative odd, so it is still minus. 8c2 will be 28. This is x to the power of 12. Negative. Okay, 2, so it is positive. So this one will be, careful, this is square. So 2 square, this is 4. X square, so it's supposed to be this. So now 8c3 will be 56. Okay, negative odd number, so this one have to be 8. I skip this one. So it's x10 first. And this one will be minus 8 to the power of x cubed. Sorry, not 8 to the power of x cubed, 8 over x cubed. Then plus dot dot dot. Okay, now we can finally simplify. So it will be x16 minus 16x13 plus 112x10 minus 448x to the power of 7 plus dot dot dot. So there's two parts. They ask us to write down and simplify the first 4 terms, right? So this is part of the answer that they want. So I put a mark there. Next, they want to know the coefficient of this expansion. So we will write out this one first. So my 2x cubed plus 5 x squared minus 2 over x to the power of 8. We only want the x10. So let's take a look what we are interested. This is x cubed. I want x10, right? So I only want the term which is x to the power of 7. So that means I only want this term. So I'm going to put minus 448x to the power of 7. This is 5. 5 must rainbow with the x10, which is this. So I will need the plus 112x10. So actually there are many other terms, but we are not interested, so I put plus dot dot dot. So let's do our rainbow. So that means this one, 2x cubed will rainbow with minus 448x to the power of 7. This plus 5 will rainbow with 112x to the power of 10. Then plus dot dot dot. So in the end, I get minus 896x to the power of 10 plus 560x to the power of 10 plus dot dot dot. When we simplify, I get minus 336x to the power of 10 plus dot dot dot. And the answer will be therefore coefficient of x to the power of 10 is negative 336. Done. Ta-da! Huh? Hey, you don't suddenly say I love you. Later my moderator get too sensitive. Your I love you is I teach you that you are happy that I solve your binomial. That you can express in another way. Later my moderator misunderstand. Okay, understand how I do this binomial question? Okay. Good. The last one, okay, which is not an easy question. Why? Because do you notice that the power is an n? Usually binomial question that you see, you only see that the power is number is given. But this one, the power is not given. This one, the power is not given. So this is not an easy one. And the next thing is, and they use the word the sum. Okay, the sum of the coefficient of x and x squared is 42. Okay, most of the time they will ask you find the coefficient of what is what. But now is the sum of the coefficient of these two, it's 42. So first, let's do our expansion for this one first. Again, this is minus, right? So I will do it as 1 plus negative 3x to the power of n. Okay, let's expand as per normal. Okay, take note later I'm going to do my NC. My n choose 1 is what, my n choose 2 is what, my n choose 3 is what. That's the tough part in this question. So first, my a to the power of n plus n choose 1, my 1 to the power of n minus 1, my b to the power of 1 plus n choose 2, 1, n minus 2, minus 3x to the power of 2. And because they only want up to x squared, right? So I already have x squared here. That means I don't need more terms. I only need 3 terms. So put plus dot dot dot. So now let's simplify. 1 to the power of anything is 1. So I don't care what is my n. So I just write 1. n choose 1 is 1. So this one, sorry. n choose 1 is n. What I'm talking about? This is n. So this is n. 1 to the power of anything is still 1. This one is just minus 3x. Okay, this one. What is n choose 2? Okay, n choose 2, it become, write a fraction. 2, so it's 2 factorial at the bottom, so it's 2 times 1. The numerator is n, so the first term is n. Because my denominator only has 2 number, so the top part just do 2 number. That means n times n minus 1. And then this one is still 1. This one will be 9x squared. Then plus dot dot dot. So I need to simplify it a bit. So it becomes 1 minus 3nx plus, this one see, this 9 I put here. So it's 9n, n minus 1. 2 times 1 is just 2. So I put here. And then after that x squared plus dot dot dot. N is not a fraction. N cannot be a fraction. Or maybe in other levels n is a fraction. But for us in our O Level syllabus, we learn the binomial expansion whereby n is integer. Okay, so now they say the sum of the coefficient of x and x squared is 42. So what's my coefficient of x? This one, minus nx. What is the coefficient of x squared? This part. So now actually I'm interested in the coefficient of my x and the coefficient of my x squared. They say the sum of these two, it's 42. So I will have, therefore, minus 3n plus 9n n minus 1 over 2 equals to 42. So now actually it becomes an equation solving n. Binomial is Sec 3, yes, AMath. Agree? So now, I have a denominator 2 here, so I want to make it flat by multiply by 2 throughout. So I will have minus 6n plus 9n n minus 1 equals to 84. So I need to rainbow this one. So it's minus 6n plus 9n squared minus 9n is equals to 84. So we know that this is a quadratic equation. So throw everything to the left hand side. So I have 9n squared minus 15n. This one can simplify already. Alamak, what happened to my correction tape? Oh, I go wrong way. So this is minus 15n This one bring over minus 84 equals to 0. I'm going to reduce it so we can divide by 3. So I have 3n squared minus 5n minus 28 equals to 0. So let's factorize this. So I will have n minus 4, 3n plus 7 equals to 0. So my n equals to 4, or my n is equals to minus 7 over 3. Of course, this one you can reject. So therefore, my n equals to 4. Solve. Right? Okay. So we are done with the last question, and the last question the n is not given, so that's the tough part. So at the side here, I will just write that n choose 1 is just n choose 2 is just 2 times 1 and n minus 1. N choose 3 will be 3 times 2 times 1 and n minus 1 and n minus 2. If you ask me n choose 4, I don't think they will test you until n choose 4 because if you already know up to n choose 3, it's good enough already, because they just want to test the concept. Okay. So for those who no, there's no practice question. So as in I will only upload the question PDF for this lesson as well as the solution. TikTok live replay will be on the YouTube channel. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So that's all for today. So again, I need to highlight that I'm coming up. I'm having a June crash course, O Level crash course for both eMath and AMath. Okay, so for those who want to sign up for interested in the O Level crash course, it's a very intensive O Level crash course, 5 days for each subject. Okay, please go to my bio, click on the first link and go and see the details. Okay, if you're interested. The closing date will be 3rd of June, which is coming week Friday. Yes. And then after that I will close, and then after that, yes, we will wait for the actual crash course. Okay.